How am I doing too much? You know who isn't doing too much, apparently, is the person who sent me this Bhad Bhabie video, saying that she got the last laugh.
Danielle Bregoli was the laughingstock of the internet for years after her appearance on the Dr. Phil show. Her presumptuous attitude, attention-seeking tactics, and accused appropriation of black culture just made people despise her, but it also got her filthy rich. Danielle's career was literally handed to her, but unlike most people who get 15 minutes of fame, she turned it into an empire. This girl was a child when her worst moments were being broadcasted to the entire world. Today, she has transformed into someone we barely even recognize.
Wait, she's
was
pregnant?
all a part of the plan. On September 14th, 2016, Dr. Phil aired the 8th episode of its
How old is this kid now?
15th season, which featured a 13-year-old girl from Florida named Danielle Bregoli. Danielle was seemingly a typical teenager whose rebellious and delinquent behavior reached a point where her mother could not control her, knife-wielding, skipping school, and stealing cars for a quick joyride. She even stole a crew member's car while the episode
That was your mom?
being filmed. Despite Danielle
that wasn't her mom. I'm like, bro, your mom old as fuck.
obvious pitfalls, people were also pointing the finger at her mother. Mom, my daughter is so out of control and provocative. Also, mom allows daughter to install a stripper pole in her bedroom. But the biggest problem her mother had was Danielle's love for violence. She liked to fight. It's important to note that the show producers encouraged Danielle to be as rambunctious as she could on camera, because
Niggas love fighting niggas that can't fight, bro. I guarantee you, bro, a nigga who know how to fight do not love fighting. That's just, I love to fight. Alright.
it's more entertaining. At one point, Danielle even challenged her own mother to a fight on the set, but she also challenged anyone else in the audience to throw some hands.
Catch me outside, how about that? Huh? Catch me outside,
What type of question is this?
how about that?
Nobody wanted to go the rounds with Danielle, but these 6 words would drastically change her life forever. Her manufactured black scent that she claims is due to her being from the streets made the phrase "catch me outside, how about that" sound like "catch me outside, how about dat." And I don't think I've ever seen something more viral in my life.
Super
Your parents,
viral.
maybe even your grandparents know about this iconic catchphrase.
They don't.
She became a social media sensation known as the "Cash Me Outside" girl. Danielle was used by boomers as confirmation bias to prove that Gen Z is a bunch of entitled brats. But even Gen Z was laughing at her because they knew she was their generation's jester. It was like this perfect moment where all generations, all walks of life came together to agree that the "Cash Me Outside" girl was a joke. The Dr. Phil YouTube channel gained 8 million views in 1 month from the clip of Danielle's episode. To this day, the channel has accumulated over 200 million YouTube views just from Danielle's appearances on the show. But the crazy part is, Danielle didn't even know she was the laughingstock of the internet at the time. Dr. Phil had Danielle transported to the Turnabout Ranch after her episode. Turnabout Ranch is neither owned nor operated by Dr.
Oh, it's like a pray the gay away type of situation. Okay.
Phil, but is an independent residential treatment center for troubled youth located.
There's absolutely no way, regardless of how bad my kid would ever act in life, they would be allowed to go to a facility run by Dr. fucking Phil, who's not a doctor, number one, by the way.
In Utah. The ranch is a therapeutic program that aims to help teenagers and young adults
Absolutely not.
dealing with
You know what be happening at camp? Oh my
behavioral
god.
and emotional issues. Danielle didn't get to experience her newfound wave of clout since she didn't have access to
This is the first thing I see as a cowboy.
social media or a cell phone while in Utah. After she returned home, she opened social media and was shocked.
At first I didn't know how to handle it. I was just like, my instinct was to like cuss everyone out who said it to me.
Since her Dr. Phil episode was the most successful episode of all time, it only made sense for his producers to bring her back on the show. In February of 2017, just 4 months after her original appearance, she returned to Dr. Phil to a studio without an audience where they discussed her time at Turnabout Ranch. She said her time there was fine before expressing that she was happy that she went. We would later find out that she was lying, and her time at the ranch was much darker and more.
Alright.
When's the Chauncey Camp of Learning happening?
Nigga, just know if I ever start a camp, I'm trying to abuse niggas.
More sinister
Nothing ever good happens at a camp.
than she was comfortable admitting. She also said that Dr. Phil was nothing before she came on the show, which prompted even more people to continue making memes about the bratty child. The memes prompted hip-hop producer DJ Suede, the remix god, to make a song sampling her infamous catchphrase. Suede's trap beat titled Catch Me Outside sits at over 60 million views on YouTube, but we realized the true power of the meme when this song peaked at number 72 on the Billboard Hot 100. A meme trap beat spent 3 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100. 2017 was wild. Danielle and her mother, Barbara, sued DJ Suede over unpaid royalties for the remix. Barbara alleged that the DJ and his manager exploited her daughter.
Bruh. Just bruh.
After they agreed to let them use her voice and popular catchphrase on the record. According to legal documents obtained by TMZ, Danielle accepted a deal where she would get half of the remix profits. However, Barbara alleged that DJ Suede refused to pay them their royalties. Suede responded to the lawsuit saying, "My team and lawyer already read y'all the contract several times for months, and we have everything on paper. How about that?" He added, shaking my head, 15 minutes went by pretty fast, huh?
Suede.
Ironically, it was actually DJ Suede whose 15 minutes of fame that he got from Danielle was over, because the world was about to be introduced to Bhad Bhabie, whose fame was about to last a whole lot longer than 15 minutes. But this break from today's sponsor will only last about a minute.
Ooh, you a bitch. You a bitch. Not gonna lie. We know it's a good segue, but fuck you.
Knew she could be a star. He reached out and arranged an appointment with Danielle and her mother. I said, "I want to manage you. Give me some time. I'll make you a star. I'll make you guys rich. We want to make this thing happen." With no hesitation, they were like, "Okay, done." They had no clue what that meant. Colger wanted to take advantage of Danielle's bad girl persona and take this villain, relentless, crazy attitude kid and just brand her as this supervillain. She's going to be the one that the kids have to hide from their parents. Wanting to find a way to turn followers into money, Adam solicited the help of Dan Roof, the founder of a digital firm named Flute. Dan came on board as Danielle's digital manager, booking live appearances and setting up sponsorship deals. The same week Danielle reappeared on Dr. Phil, she starred in Kodak Black's music video for Everything 1K. This video was literally just Kodak's song with Danielle flexing cash, wearing grills, and sitting on a Rolls Royce while—
Bro, the differences, bro, the opportunities that come when you are of this persuasion. You know, I could think of another group, you know what I'm saying, that a think piece will be made about from the other side to confirm their stereotypical behavior towards one side. But on this side, you just get record deals and sponsors and opportunities and all these doors start opening. Shit crazy, bro.
While mouthing Kodak's
Shit
lyrics,
crazy.
which prompted the video to gain almost 50 million views. On her trip home from LA, Danielle boarded a Spirit Airlines flight where she and her mother got into a fight with a passenger.
I ain't never read no article, think piece, no video being made. See, this is the problem with the young white youth. Let her have been a couple shades darker, gang.
Is this a cashmere? Yeah. Shut up.
But as other camera angles were released, it seemed like the passenger was potentially the aggressor and Danielle was just defending her mom.
Yo, you're not gonna take no one to ask you fucking wake up. You want to be black, you
Danielle and her friends got into another fight with random people one Saturday night in Lake Worth, Florida.
I don't know what I'm seeing.
Then in April, she was cited for possession of marijuana in Boynton Beach. The 14-year-old was unsupervised, out of control, and on top of that being ridiculed by random people on the streets. It was a recipe for disaster. It also became increasingly obvious that her mother was no longer interested in helping Danielle once she realized she could make money from her daughter's delinquency. But despite her bad behavior, she was cultivating a real fan base through YouTube, where she uploaded consistent reaction videos showcasing more of her brazen personality that were generating over 1 million views per video.
If you had a child and a hoe tried you in front of them, what would you do? I would go to my car.
It's you
turn on my
Hispanic's
car.
fault y'all made her famous. I was there in the classroom when this girl came out. Being the only monkey in a class full of Hispanics, you did this to us. You did this to me.
Maybe like I said, maybe they were right about us. You feel me? Like maybe
car, strap my kid into their seat, and go beat the f***ing life out of that.
Her manager also knew that she had some rapping ability. And let's be honest, in 2017, at the height of the Lil Pump and Lil Xan era, you didn't need much skill. Plus influencers like Rice Gum and Jake Paul were gaining unimaginable view counts on
You didn't need much melanin either.
their terrible music. Colger proceeded to book studio time for Danielle, but she was hesitant at first. I was like, I don't want to put these headphones on. I don't want to get in this booth. But then she had a change of heart. I was like, I'm prettier than all these people in here. I looked at the people in the room and I was like, I'm better than you. I can do this. I'll be fine. I won't look stupid. Soon she was in a meeting opposite Atan Ben Horan, the global head of artists and repertoire at Warner Music Group. Ben put together a team of 14 writers and producers to work on Danielle's first professional single,
Shit crazy.
Hide It. They started her music rollout with a track called These Hoes, which peaked at number 77 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, making Danielle the youngest female rap artist to debut on the Hot 100. It also made Baby the third youngest solo artist of all time to chart on the Hot 100, behind JoJo and Stevie Wonder. The track's
14 writers for a song like that is just so fucking crazy.
success led to Danielle signing a record deal with Atlantic Records. She then remixed Kodak Black's Roll in Peace and T Grizzly and Lil Yachty's
I never heard that. I don't want to hear it.
From D to the A, but even her biggest haters could not deny her second debut single, Hide It, which reached number 68 on the Billboard Hot 100, while the music video accumulated over 200 million views since its initial upload. The song was eventually certified platinum less than 5 months later. Most people on the internet were calling her music trash, but the numbers didn't lie. Plus, she wasn't afraid of criticism.
She's low-key smart, okay? I'm not gonna f***ing say she's smart because she's a little bitch.
I'm a little I'm a bitch, but you're the one sitting in the busted ass chair with your busted ass forehead, with your busted ass face, and your busted ass room. So why are you coming for me?
Rapper
Like, what is the I wish I got it, but like, I know what a funny nigga is, like a funny little kid, you know what I'm saying, that's saying some funny shit. Like, what was that? She called him busted. Like, this is where is the viewership coming from? What is the hype? Like, what is the interest in this?
rappers like Lil Yachty voiced their support for her career, which was followed by a collaboration titled Gucci Flip Flops that peaked at number 79 on the Billboard Hot 100 before receiving a platinum certification. Her string of success...
Nigga, you 28. Nigga, when the song came out, I was what? Like 22, 21 years old? You fucking idiot? Just dumb niggas, bro. I get it. You one of her fans. I get it.
led to Bhad Bhabie receiving...
You don't use your brain. Your shit don't work. Your frontal lobe not developed and all this other shit, bro. You probably a gamer too. Like, I get it, but like, what the fuck?
a nomination at the 2018 Billboard Music Awards for Best Female Rap Artist, alongside Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. Over the next few months, Bhabie collaborated with artists like Ty Dolla $ign, YG, Lil Baby, City Girls, Charlie XCX, and Asian Doll. She announced her Band in the USA tour across North America and Europe, where she sold out various 150 to 500 person venues in nearly every city she visited.
The fuck gamer got to do with that? Because when you a gamer, your brain develop even later. So like a normal person, you know what I'm saying? They say 25 is when your frontal lobe fully develop. If you a gamer, your shit don't fully develop until you like 40.
But whenever she had some positive momentum, she would...
Ain't you a gamer? No, I'm not. I tell y'all all the time, I'll be frauding. I don't be knowing shit about it. Mad games I ain't played.
Revert back to her old self. In peak 2018 tomfoolery, Bhad Bhabie runs into her arch nemesis Woah Vicky, accompanied by the infamous Lil Tay for a good old-fashioned scrap. But all we got was high-pitched screaming and standing behind grown men pretending like they actually wanted to fight.
Come on, touch me. I want you to hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me. If you hit me, I'll hit me. I'm right here. I'm right here. You coming at me, so you hit me. You're so about it. You're so about it. You're so making bad.
This was huge news at
Bro, oh my god, bro. I'm so glad I deleted my Instagram.
the time, but this would not be their final battle. Danielle announced a 6-month deal with Copycat Beauty, getting paid $900,000 to promote the brand's products on her social media and music videos. She then signed a 12-episode deal for a reality show called Bringing Up Baby. The show premiered in February of 2019 on Snapchat as one of their many Snap originals. The first episode showcased her life behind the scenes and the hurdles she encountered amid her rise in the industry. This show reportedly earned over 10 million viewers in its first 24 hours. To compare, at the time, Keeping Up with the Kardashians was only getting 1.5 million views per episode. TMZ reported that Danielle made well over $10 million during 2019 due to her reality show. And although many still saw Danielle as the snobby kid from Dr. Phil capitalizing on her 5 seconds of fame, the fanbase she gained was undeniable. Maybe her fans saw her as a troubled teen who was misunderstood and taken advantage of as a child. Maybe they didn't see someone desperate for attention and rather someone who was unapologetically themselves. But there was no denying that she was still a loudmouth kid who always managed to find her way into trouble. At Cardi B's Fashion Nova launch party, Danielle decided to throw a drink of water on Iggy Azalea.
What the fuck? Well, alright.
Iggy seemingly had no idea what happened, nor did she really seem to care. It looked like Danielle pre-planned the attack while hiding behind her bodyguards and trying to make a spectacle, but Iggy...
Bro. You see? He
did not cave. Danielle claimed that Iggy was talking crazy about her on Instagram. She was referring to a Shade Room Instagram.
Not gonna lie, this is actually sad. We really condone toxic behavior and entertainment as humans. I get what you're saying. First of all, we is crazy. I just don't get what the entertainment part about it is. You know what I'm saying? I could see if she was like a charismatic person, you know, obviously she a kid, she gonna say and do dumb shit, but like, I could see if there was a talent or some like charismatic shit going on or some type of, you know what I'm saying, shit that would like justify eyes at this point. Like what I don't get what people were going to her for. That's what makes it feel like so manufactured.
Post that asked, "Who is going to see Bhad Bhabie on tour?" And Iggy commented, "Are you?" Iggy responded to the incident.
I get that this little girl has made a name for herself acting a damn fool on television and online, but I'm a grown-up. I'm not about to waste my energy on that shit or be fighting a kid in a club.
Azalea handled the situation like an adult.
Why is the kid even in the club? You 15 or 16 years old? How did you get in this spot? Why are you here?
Making Danielle look even more childish and
Ain't she Australian? I don't know what the fuck Iggy is.
Sure. Danielle also had a habit of making drama about her when nobody was directing hate towards her in the first place. In an interview with People, Jermaine Dupri, legendary songwriter and record producer, expressed his disappointment with the female rap game. They all rapping about the same thing. I don't think they're showing us who is the best rapper. For me, it's like strippers rapping. While these comments triggered responses from several women in the industry, Baby specifically replied, "Jermaine Dupri can suck my been like 10 years since Bow Wow. Sit down, Grandpa." Since Danielle was on top of the game,
Jermaine Dupri do got a big ass head.
She was able to run her mouth. She wasn't topping the charts, but her music videos and songs were still accumulating tens of millions of YouTube views. And she was consistently collaborating with every major industry rapper. But she was burning bridges with people who might be able to help her once her hype dies down. And as we approached 2020, people were getting really tired of Bhad Bhabie. But they did enjoy seeing her get beat up by her biggest op, Whoa Vicky. A brawl between Danielle and Whoa Vicky occurred during a recording session in Atlanta. TMZ got a hold of the footage from the fight where it seemed as though Vicky got the best of Danielle. Bhabie later took to social media saying, "Anyone who says I got beat up is delusional. This girl ain't hit me one time. She grabbed..."
Oh yeah, the cope, you know. The cope is crazy. And then like the coming messages the next few days later, I'm gonna kill myself. I mean, I'm just saying, you know it comes, like it's just a part of the process.
My hair and somehow ended up on top of me. The whole time my face stayed untouched. Every normal person observing this situation is wondering,
oh no, I'm off social media with the deuces emoji. That's what it is.
Why these girls are hanging out with nothing but grown men who are filming them while they physically assault each other. But once Danielle posted a video to Instagram wearing box braids, the conversation around her cultural appropriation finally needed to be discussed. People were noticing Danielle slowly transforming her image and accused her of blackfishing because she was sporting traditionally black hairstyles and even tanning/darkening her skin to a point where some people might even mistake her as non-white. This look Danielle is going for is now considered to be the beauty standard in pop culture. However, for the longest time, black people, specifically black women, were demonized and ridiculed for their hair, skin, AAV accent, and all other physical physical features that they were born with. Now that black women's natural features are being praised in our society, white women like Danielle can just put on a wig, tan their skin, get lip fillers and surgical procedures to reap all the benefits of being black, but also just transform back into being white whenever they want. Danielle addressed the criticism with an Instagram story. To all the black
I remember this video, bro. I forgot where it was. I don't know if he's gonna include it. Where she's talking about, I forgot who she was with. I remember a clip. She's like, "Who wants to be black?" Oh my god, can I find it? If it's not in here, I'm gonna find it.
females that are saying my hair ain't meant for
Who the fuck wants to be black?
box
Oh
braids.
my god.
Guess what? Y'all hair ain't meant to be straight, but y'all glue wigs onto your heads and sew Brazilian, Indian, and Peruvian
Who
hair,
wants
which
to
is
be black
anything
is
like your
crazy.
natural.
Oh, Chad, she just ate y'all up. Oh my god.
Natural hair texture. She then goes to deny the cultural appropriation and follow that up with, I love the way I look, plus your man agrees. And we all know I look fine AF with any hairstyle I do from any culture because I'm just that girl. I hope y'all
God.
bald-headed hoes stay up all night thinking about this.
How would you feel personally if you see a non-black person wearing dreads or braids? I wouldn't give a fuck. I think it look goofy though. It's very rare where it looks nice or you're wearing that style and it genuinely fits like you. But if it look nice and like whatever, even if it don't look nice, I'm not gonna say nothing. But it's I'm gonna laugh if it look goofy because it usually does.
Every time she opened her mouth, it just got worse.
I don't act black. I don't
He did. He included it.
Who wants to be black? I don't.
Oh my god, he included it. Yes.
I don't act black. I don't talking about who wants to be black. I
Oh
don't
my
understand
God.
that.
That
After
shit's
this
funny as
controversy,
hell.
she remained pretty quiet until summer of 2020 when news broke that she entered a rehab facility at an undisclosed
That's funny as
location
hell.
where she'd received treatment for a combination of things, including childhood trauma and substance abuse in the form of prescription pills. Her management team told TMZ, "We are very proud of Danielle for recognizing that she needed help and seeking it out." Following her release from rehab, Danielle continued her journey of healing and self-development when she posted a YouTube video breaking her silence about the Turnabout Ranch.
Dr. Phil, I am going to give you from now till April 5th to issue an apology, not only to me, but to Hannah and any other child that you sent to Turnabout or any other program like this. And if you don't, I'm gonna handle things my way.
Okay, so what happened at the
Danielle
ranch?
had played the villain character her whole life, and now she was starting to gain sympathy from the internet. Danielle was inspired to share her story after a woman
I mean, I've always been team fuck Dr. Phil. So
named Hannah Archuleta came forward a month earlier, claiming that she was sexually assaulted
wait, who?
after a woman named Hannah Archuleta came
I mean, you wouldn't happen to be related to David Archuleta, would you? Because that'd be crazy.
forward a month earlier, claiming
Archuleta crazy.
that she was sexually assaulted by a staff member at Turnabout Ranch. Hannah was also sent to the ranch by Dr. Phil in 2019 when she was 17 years old.
Yeah,
The
we
Turnabout
gotta-
Ranch is one of the many wilderness programs that take place in rural Utah. If you watch my video about Chet Hanks, who was also sent to a Utah camp, or if you watch the Netflix documentary Hell Camp, then you know all about the horrors of these programs. But if you don't know, wilderness therapy programs are a major part of the multi-billion-dollar troubled teen industry, which also includes therapeutic boarding schools and residential treatment centers.
I think leaving your children with any group of grown adults where you're unable to supervise them in any way, shape, or form without constant 24/7 communication or monitoring is just the dumbest decision that you can make as a parent. It's literally like sending your kid to Michael Jackson house, you know what I'm saying? And just saying like, fuck it. You feel me?
These programs are designed for
Not saying Michael did anything or didn't do anything. I'm just saying that's a crazy fucking thing to do as a parent with kids. Like, what are you doing? You
adolescents
just gonna let them be with anybody for an extended period of time just because?
struggling with issues like drug dependency, depression, poor grades, low self-confidence, ending thoughts, and eating disorders. The idea is to isolate them in the middle of nowhere America to remove them from their privileges, then provide therapy and
No, to remove them from their parents.
give them wilderness experiences like hiking, camping, or working on a ranch in hopes that it will allow them
But
to
then again, you know, like I said, you send your kid here, like what parents at the end of the day?
recognize how good their home life actually is. However, these experiences mostly consist of doing manual labor for hours on end, and over the years there have been hundreds, thousands of reports of staff members abusing, hazing, humiliating, sleep depriving, sexually assaulting, drugging, and doing some of the most horrific things to these teenagers. Danielle experienced and witnessed similar similar horrors during her time there when she was just 13.
Bro, this being the first nigga that I see, I'm calling mom immediately. Why the fuck is there a cowboy on this fucking facility? I want to come home. I'm sorry.
18 years old. But the worst of all was witnessing a murder.
What? What the fuck?
One morning I was cleaning up for breakfast, and one of the staff members was standing right next to me, and she had her walkie on her, so I heard everything. One of the kids, he had tried to steal a car or something. Everyone was screaming on the walkies like it was really crazy, and he ended up killing one of the staff members. They made all the kids that were at Roundy come down, and then they told us not to tell us anything. A day later, they have us all every kid that's at Turnabout, they have us all sit in a circle, and they're like, listen, there was an incident, I know some of y'all heard it over the walkies, Jimmy died.
And you would think that with such appalling accusations that Dr. Phil would denounce the Turnabout Ranch.
We don't have anything to do with what happens with...
Yo, bro.
Yes, once they leave the stage. I mean,
but he just played dumb. However, Danielle proved that Dr. Phil is in fact involved with the people he sends there after the show.
My mother signed
Why wouldn't you be involved? Like, what?
a consent of release of information to send progress reports directly from Turnabout to the Dr. Phil show. So when you say you don't have any fucking feedback from them, that is not true.
Danielle added that she doesn't believe that Dr. Phil is unaware of what really happens behind closed doors at the ranch. Plus, a murder did take place at this ranch. You would think that at the very least Dr. Phil would stop recommending it as a precautionary measure, but he continues to praise the ranch.
we sent this young woman to Turnabout Ranch, which is a very serious, responsible place for kids to go to get their values straight and get their heads on right. Try to be an emotional compass and point parents in a direction.
What fucking direction is that? Sexual abuse, murders, and torture? That's the direction? Oh, that's phenomenal. Start your to-do list, parents. Have your kid watch somebody get murdered, have them get sexually assaulted, and have them get tortured. They'll come out great.
I'm not gonna say that every I mean, I just don't agree with the whole camp shit. Like, I just think it's a really stupid fucking thing. Like, if like I said again, like, you got your kids, you're sending them away in any capacity. You're like almost agreeing to the risk that they are not going to be the same individuals, or you're like consenting for them to like basically have anything happen to them while you're not in their presence. But I think at the very least, I'm not saying that happens at every child facility or whatever the case is, but you would expect him to be like, all right, we've addressed the situation. I've acknowledged that this happened. I'm not going to recommend it for the time being. We need to do a lot of reformation at this facility. We're going to be, you know what I'm saying, working on this for a while. I'm going to take a leave, like something. He just said, nah, fuck it. Like, we just going to keep recommending it. We just going to keep going.
Even if Dr. Phil
that's really dangerous.
is innocent, maybe he should consider investigating these facilities before using his massive platform to endorse them, which is why people conspire that he might have some sort of financial interest that benefits him every time a child is sent to the camp. It was after this expose.
Statistically, most of those facilities do. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to group all of them, but like when it's this big of an issue, or when it's like kids specifically, and somebody like this is recommending it, then you would at least expect him to be like, nah, let's just stop for the foreseeable future until we get, you know, some decent progress results or something like that.
That the narrative surrounding Danielle's Dr. Phil...
Not to say that I expect anything more from Dr. Phil. It's just, you know, something this public, you'd think that he would move a little bit smarter about it.
Episode and her whole persona started to change. She was 13. Wow, this is 100% bad parenting on the mom's part. I feel like Danielle was wronged her whole life. Also, she was 13 years old, and to be judged and hated like this instead of loved and nurtured on national television, that's just setting her up. All this time I thought this child was crazy. Now I realized it's her mom. Despite Danielle reversing...
Also, not to, you know, take light away from the fact that the kid is still, like, you know, an idiot, and she's gonna have to grow, and she got a lot of room to develop and things like that. Like, the world is not kind to people that just don't develop with like the best scenario in mind. Like, even when she just turned 18 or freshly turned 18, you remember the niggas that were just waiting. She made like, what, $50 million off her first month on OnlyFans or whatever. Niggas just waiting for her to turn 18 years old. Like, you got too many predators, not just sexually, but too many predators in general waiting to exploit children in any capacity, like trying to taint, trying to like rip from them in some regard. Like, the things that you need protection from are just insane. So I'm not saying that like, oh, just her benefiting off of black culture and her, receiving benefits from things that like most kids that are, of a darker skin complexion wouldn't be ridiculed for. It's just her fault. I'm not saying that because I don't really think much of any of this is really her fault. It's just an insane thing to realize, like all that she's profited from, but also all that's been taken from her at the same time.
Her reputation to the
like you kind of have to look at her as like a perpetrator of like this dichotomy in the way people view black and white people, but also as a victim in terms of how people treat children or what they want to take from kids.
public. Bhad Bhabie was broke. Nobody was interested in her music anymore. She had exhausted all of her antics to get attention, and she potentially...
And even when she wasn't 18, there were still grown men hanging around her. Even when she wasn't grown.
burned bridges with people who could have helped her music career.
It's no doubt that one of these rappers or one of these niggas just 100% did something with this chick before she was 18. I guarantee one of them did.
Now she was only being seen as any other influencer on the internet. There was only one thing left to do to make a big bag. On April 1st, 2021, 6 days after her 18th birthday, Bhabie launched an OnlyFans account that earned over $1 million in revenue.
Oh, it was 1 million. I went crazy. I said 50 million is crazy.
In the first
1 million is still insane.
6 hours, including over $757,000 from subscriptions, $267,000 from message payments, and $5,000 in tips. Less than a month later, Bhabie claimed that she racked in over $50 million on OnlyFans before showing off her newly purchased
Maybe I wasn't crazy.
$6.1 million home in Florida that she allegedly bought in cash. People were initially suspicious until she posted an income report with the caption, "Go cry about it." The screenshot showed a gross income of $52 million.
These are Dr. Phil donations.
With Bhabie taking home a net income of over $42 million. The main realization that people had from this was just how many thousands, maybe millions of people who had sexualized this child since she initially showed her face on the internet.
What do you think your situation was that like made you pop off like that?
Well, I was kept covered for so long.
What?
Right? Like with how they were making me dress and I was young.
It's so creepy.
It's creepy, but at the same time, like I'm not one of them people that's like, oh no, pedophilia is fine as long as they're like a little bit older. No. I still think it's weird, but at the same time, 18 is 18, and that's what they said it was, so that's what they said it was.
Danielle fully realized that it was because of her young age and being sexualized during her youth that allowed her to secure such a large fortune.
Like the news came out about how much money you made. People from so many different walks of lives that I knew were like, I'm getting an OnlyFans.
Her success inspired millions.
That was their takeaway. There's nothing, bro. That was their takeaway. I'm a join. That was the takeaway. You so fucking stupid.
Millions of women around the world to try and do the same. Unfortunately, almost none of them will even have a fraction of the success that Danielle had. Danielle admits that she doesn't think this career path is 1,000,000,000% okay, but she got rich off of it, so she was willing to justify it. Now at age 20, Danielle has secured generational wealth. She's done with the antics, done with the attention seeking, and done being made fun of on the internet. Now she is seemingly settling down with a man who is not famous, and they are expecting their first child in 2024. Through all her controversies and antics, most people thought that she would end up broke, alone, and regretting her choices. Instead, she ended up filthy rich and settled down with a family. They laughed at her, but it looks like she's the one who got the last laugh.
I mean, that's cool, I guess. We can only hope that all that stuff goes addressed and she fixes it up later. You know what I'm saying? And it don't leak into her being a parent. You feel me? But I really don't know. It's just, that's really the main thing, is like there's zero protection for children. That's really what it is. OnlyFans saved a lot of careers. What do you mean by that? Look like hurt for a second. Nah. Think she said she's stopping OnlyFans after a certain dollar amount? I mean, sure. She got a kid on the way? Yeah, they just said she was pregnant. He looked like a grown-ass man. Look, man. Don't that mean she was with YB when she was a minor? I don't know. I just know that it's more likely than not that one of these rappers that were of age did something with her when she was 14, 15, 16 years old, which is crazy. OnlyFans pays good. Yeah, if you're already an established celebrity who people have like crazy sexualized. But I wouldn't tell somebody who has like zero following anywhere else to start an OnlyFans hoping to get paid. That like might be the dumbest thing you could ever do.